Welcome to Desk Geek. Listen, you can laugh all you want, but the phenom that is Pokemon Go, I have joined. It is an absolute blast, but I'm not here to give you tips and tricks. There are plenty of videos on there. I'm here to do what we do the best on this channel, which is talk about security, practical security that you can apply to your day-to-day use of applications, software, and operating systems to keep you and your information private and safe. And Pokemon Go, as fantastic as it is, this amazing social experiment that has people communicating, talking, geeking out on games even if they never played one before. I've had all kinds of social interactions outside with would it be people just randomly showing up to spots and finding out they're looking at Pokemon, seeing people walking around like zombies with their phones in front of their face and all this stuff. And it's been very, very fun and exciting to see people getting into games. So whether you think it's stupid, you don't like it, whatever, that's fine. But it definitely has got America moving again in other countries as well, and that's a really good thing. I think I actually have a little bit of a tan now. I'm not vampire white anymore, so that's a good thing. I actually visited the sun. It's not as great as everyone makes it out to be. It's pretty damn hot out there. But anyways, what I'm here to talk to you about is security. So Niantic made this game in partnership with Nintendo, and the Pokemon phenomenon has taken off. Niantic also had another game out there that this was based on. In fact, Pokemon, as I understand it, is just a GUI on top of that old system where you could go visit places and get power-ups and things like that. So it's amazing what a name can do. It's amazing the power of the IPs that Nintendo has and how many players that they have been able to pull in from all walks of life, which is just awesome. So Pokemon Go has been absolute social bliss. It's been a lot of fun. People have, like I said, made contact with their family members they hadn't made contact before. I know on several occasions people I know that never played games who were actually making fun of it. My wife was doing like FaceTime videos of me searching around the forest and things. And so they were having a good time with it, and they ended up downloading it and falling in love with it. So it's a really neat aspect, but there's some big security concerns. The first one has been addressed partly, and that's Niantic. When they released this, apparently they used to be owned by Google, and they had a lot of permissions, I guess, defaulted because of that. So when you went to sign in, you either could have a Pokemon.com account or you could have a Google account to sign in. So Pokemon or a Google account. Now, the Pokemon account, if you didn't already have one, which most people didn't, you weren't able to really sign up for a new one because their servers were constantly down. So everyone kind of defaulted to the Google account. Now, for iOS users, the big issue here is that the default gave them access, Niantic, to everything. Not just your contacts, not just your emails, but also your documents and everything on your phone. Now, Niantic didn't do this on purpose. I truly believe they did not. I just believe it was a setting issue, and Google and Niantic have gotten together and they have patched that. And you can see here that even in this new release, it only has access to who I am and my email address. So much better there, but certainly put information at a risk. And I do not know Niantic's server storage capabilities or how long they're keeping information, or whether I know they're not planning on using it, but I don't know if that information is still on their servers in any form or fashion. But I can tell you, because this app is so popular, it has and will absolutely become a hacker's target. Every hacker is going to go after this thing to try to break its security, and there are things that you can do to protect yourself, and that's what this video is for. So, first of all, since it utilizes your Google account, the very best thing you can do if you're not already level 14, I mean, I'm only level 8. I think some people are like level 14, 20, even more so already. Losers! I'm just jealous. In any case, it utilizes a Google account. If you're not too far along, go ahead and recreate an account, create a new Google account, and then link your Pokemon, like a dummy account, and link your Pokemon account to that. That way, if somebody did access it, make sure you don't use the same password, but if they did access it, they really wouldn't get any information at all. If you're too far along and you don't want to do that, there are a couple things. Number one, if you have very sensitive information in Google Docs, shame on you. But if you do, make sure that you're going in and encrypting those files. And even if somebody was able to access it, that they cannot get in their crypto box, and some other ones you can utilize to do that. And I have videos showing how to do that type of stuff. But number two is two-step authentication. You need to make sure two-step authentication is turned on inside Google. Now, what two-step authentication does is it simply, every time you try to access your account, and you can save so that it doesn't ask you every single time if you're using a computer that you trust or such, but every time you access your account, it will text message you another code, 6-digit number, that you can type in, and that will basically create 2 steps. You got to type in your password, plus you're going to get a text message with the number, and that will allow you to access your account. And that's going to keep you a lot more secure, because even if hackers were able to get your username, your password, they still couldn't log you in unless they also had your phone. Now, there are a lot of cases where people are going into areas they shouldn't be going into, and they're getting mugged. So criminals and stuff are setting up where they know Pokemon are, they're waiting there late at night, and dumb kids and things are walking through those areas, and these guys are basically attacking them. So criminals are going to take anything that's popular like this and use it to exploit. So in any case, one way to protect yourself in that case, of course, is to have your iPhone Finder on, so that you can always track and give that information to the police from a PC or whatnot. But also make sure that on top of having iPhone Finder on, that you have a lock code for your phone. So you can either do the swipe pattern or you can do the actual 4-digit code. But if you have that turned on, then if somebody grabbed your phone and ran off with it, not only could they not do anything with the phone, right? Because the phone, after a certain amount of attempts, is just going to permanently lock itself, which is what you want, because you want your information safe. But they're not going to be able to get your personal information, get those text messages to recover your accounts. And this just doesn't go for Pokemon Go, although I thought it was a great opportunity with the popularity of Pokemon Go to do this type of security video. The other thing is, security-wise on this, don't use the same passwords for all of your accounts. Things like games and items like that, you should really have a completely separate password, and they should be different, because if you're using passwords the same across multiple platforms, they're not just going to take your Pokemon Go account. They're going to try to use that password in your banking accounts and everything else out there. In any case, I hope you've enjoyed this video and given you some security tips to help you stay safe while you're playing this game. Don't play this game and drive. You get one of those magnetic holders in your car or something along those lines, so that you're not, running into people or running over people for that matter. Use some common sense like we did with text messaging. I really thought, oh, it's fine. I'm the best driver in the world. I can text and drive. And that's kind of what's happened here. Text message while you're driving has kind of been faux pas, but I've seen plenty of people trying to drive and do Pokemon Go at the same time. Get a magnetic holder like a GPS, hold it up here. If you want to stop for something, then pull over to the side of the road safely. Don't be an idiot with this thing, because it is a lot of fun. It's bringing a lot of people together, even here police and communities coming together over this game. So it's something you can really enjoy as a family with your kids, and give you another reason, I should say, to go out there and go on hikes and learn about your area and new things. There's lots of historic sites and all kinds of things in here. So 2-step authentication, use a dummy account if you can. Don't go and trust every site out there. Just, the other thing is, for Android users, there's a lot of fake apps, and iOS this could happen too, that are popping up saying, oh, Pokemon Go Manual or Pokemon Go Plus, or all these different names. People are downloading those apps and they're viruses. They're actually malware or viruses, or they're ads at best. They're just ads to get money for them. At worst, they're viruses that are compromising your data. So don't go downloading anything but the official Pokemon Go app. Let those other apps out there. Just like you tell your grandparents on a computer, don't just click yes on everything. Don't go into a download store, the app store, especially with Android. As much as I love Android, they're kind of the wild, wild west when it comes to apps, and just download everything out there, because they have different access and request permissions. They can hide that type of stuff. They can hack your information. They could steal that, and that's not fun, and that takes away from the joy of a game like this. So go out there, have some fun. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you loved it. Until then, get out there, catch some Pokemon, and at the same time, fill your brains. Talk to you soon.
Don't get subscribed. Does not like the video.